Oh hey, welcome to my sick, twisted reality. I live in constant abnormality. You can never truly understand me, because to me, this taxi is just normal.
Hello everybody! Today we're going to be taking a look at Crazy Taxi, initially releasing worldwide into the arcades in February of 1999. Now, I've taken a look at The Simpsons Road Rage before, and I said that Crazy Taxi was better. So let me explain just that.
So, Crazy Taxi. Originally developed as an arcade game by the former Sega AM3, aka Sega R&D3, aka Sega Hitmaker, of which it was known as all three during the original run of Crazy Taxi. Basically, this was the internal studio that at the time was making arcade games using the Dreamcast architecture, before shifting over to Dreamcast as their main focus. That is until the poor old Dreamcast eventually shat its pants in 2000, then keeled over and died. But ignoring that, let's call a cab to the years 99 and 2000 and figure out why the taxis were so damn crazy.
Hey, come on over, have some fun with Crazy Taxi! Yeah!
Well damn man, I certainly feel welcomed and pumped up by that intro. It sucks I had the blue balls you guys with that intro music because it's an oh so copyrighted Offspring song. But essentially, the whole game goes like this. I feel like if I play any more than that, I'll get copyrighted the helm back. But hopefully that helps. So, starting things off, you can very much tell this was an arcade game. That intro normally reeks of attract mode. Despite the arcadiness, we've got a lot of menu options. Before we attack the main modes, let's knock out these three first. Options actually allows for a decent amount of game setup. Normally I hate stuff like this being hidden away in the options, but at this point, I've come to expect this in old ass games. Pretty much the top three are for adjusting difficulty in three separate fields. Nice for when you're, say for example, good at dodging traffic, but suck at navigating. Down here we've got your standard issue sound settings. We've also got two different control layouts, and the vibration option. As a kid, I always used the rumble pack because every time you do the crazy dash, we'll get into that later, it gives real nice feedback to let you know it was performed. Records is simple enough. A total amount for all three game modes, and up to 4 individual user-specific collections. I also like how for individuals, it tells you when you set said records. And last, save and load lets you do just that, whilst also managing user profiles. Alright, now here's the mode that really made this game. Arcade. Gee, I wonder where I got that name from. See, the main premise behind Crazy Taxi is that you are a cab driver. But not just any old cabbie, you're an insane one, who apparently has the strictest shifts ever unless you're yielding results. You've also got 4 drivers to choose from, each whipping a different banger automobile, and you just gotta get out there and make some dough. The arcade map is quite vast, and it loops around if you end up playing long enough. It's very high score based, obviously, but you do get yourself credits for S rank or higher.
Unfortunately, I haven't reached the level where I could demonstrate the ranks past S because this is my current best as of today.
So you can kinda beat this game. It's really more like one of those pick up and play whenever games though. As for original, no idea what this is supposed to be. I guess like an original creation, as in made specifically for this port and future ones as well, as it is quite literally the exact same mode, but the map is, dare I say, original. Because it sure as hell wasn't first. Anyways, they both play the exact same, like I said. You can also, in both modes, choose arcade rules, which grants you time based on performance, or just give yourself a preset time limit and go from there. Also, in older versions of this game, you've got license deals, meaning I can take someone to KFC. Shit, let me take my break and get a 3-piece chicken combo, and a popcorn chicken poutine. However, the last and by far most interesting mode here is Crazy Box. It's a teeny tiny little mission mode with 3 levels of difficulty, with 3 different kinds of missions in them, with some unlockable missions to boot. These are relatively quick and small, but are designed to be replayable with the game's high score nature and records. They also help you learn all of the driving techniques Crazy Taxi has to offer, as they're basically required to know to even beat these missions. Some of these get really difficult too, but I feel that's fair enough given how few there are. And there's also a nice little reward in it for you if you can manage it. They at least scale well. For example, that crazy dash I mentioned before is like the route to learning how to truly play Crazy Taxi, and it's taught in the very first Crazy Box mission. Not very well though. It's sorta hidden in the advice, and there's not really a demonstration for it. It's practically as useful as an older sibling sort of gatekeeping video game controls, but also loosely explaining them, so you end up looking it online anyways. Final verdict. Crazy Taxi rides off into the sunset with a 7.5 out of 10. As much as I wish it could get an 8, the major downfall of this title is that it's just way too damn small. I mentioned already how arcadey it is, and the controls, originality, and attitude it's got is great. The taxi movement is tight, but as a standalone title, the game runs out of things to do fast. In total, even after the unlockables, there's only 16 missions for crying out loud. It's got a lot of great movement techniques, the music, while subjective, is sick, at least for the circumstances, and it looks great. Dated now, yes, but for 99, I mean, come on. But then again, it doesn't teach you these techniques, and it gets kinda boring doing them in the same old 2 maps. I guess I wish it had those options from even Road Rage. That and all the characters to choose from. And hell, even a multiplayer mode. I don't have Crazy Taxi 2 or 3, so I can't comment on if they improved on that front, but an original Crazy Taxi with some expanded options could definitely reach an 8, even an 8.5.
And there you have it, my review of Crazy Taxi. It's a good game, like a very good game, but it's very small and very limited. I personally really don't have any issues because I can replay this game over and over and over again. I guess the underlying problem here really is the fact that there's just nothing to do after a while. There's very few missions to accomplish, very few game modes and maps and anything. It's very limited, but for the time it's fine. I guess in the modern day you're better off looking for something similar, but with more content. Again, it feels like one of those games you just kind of have to try, but I'm never gonna push you to do it. You sort of just play if you want to. But otherwise, I wouldn't say drop everything just to get Crazy Taxi. It really is just a cool game, at least to me, and to a lot of other people. It really is like a classic. But then again, times are changing. Maybe people don't care about Crazy Taxi anymore. I don't know. I mean, Sega's taking forever to release whatever they're trying to release.
You know what, fine. Leave me to wallow in my own sorrow and insanity. But you'll be back. Because there's a Crazy Taxi too.